Hi again, this is Brano. This is part two of my how to take apart and reassemble a doorknob video. My doorknob's a kwikset doorknob, and if you remember, the deadbolt was broken, or the bolt section was broken. So if you remember, I also talked about Liquid's video here where he removed the lock cylinder. My lock cylinder is a little different, so I want to show that to you too. So let's get into it. Okay, I just got back from my friendly Home Depot, and I only wanted to replace this piece here on my lock because I really don't want to rekey the locks in my house, and I know I could probably get this lock out, but I didn't want to do that. So what they gave me was this. Notice it says it's the exterior lock, and that's the mechanism. So obviously there's a few pieces here I probably don't need. When I look at my current lock, I've got this cover plate. I can't take that off, but I've got this one here. And then if I look at the holes here, that hole and this hole on an exterior lock, they pretty much line up to be the same. And so that's the hope. I'm going to take it apart and see. Alright, well, here's the piece. We'll see if it fits in here right. So I'll just slide that onto there. And look at that. Good deal. So even though it is different, it works on my current lock. So that's great. This piece was a lot less expensive. I'll go back and look at my receipt and see. A lot less than buying an entire new lock, and a lot better than having to rekey, because there's really nothing wrong with the doorknob. It's just the deadbolt, or the bolt that had problems. Okay, so a little bit of instructions here to start with. It says remove the existing lock set. And then it says, I don't know if you can read this, it says measure the existing, or the back set of your door. And then for a 2 3/4 inch back set, move the spring pin forward, and you can see down here it shows the pin info over here. So I just measured mine, and it's 2.5 inches. So I'll just take a look at the latch mechanism again. Here it is. There's the marks. You can see 2 3/8 and 2 3/4, and I'm on the 2 3/8, which is about right. I looked like about 2.5, but it's probably 2 3/8. It's definitely not 2 3/4. So that's good. So this is set and ready to go. Okay, so seeing how my old piece was here with this nice catch pin or collar, I'm going to assume I need to use this collar. There were some other options here. I don't have a recess on my door, so none of those are right. This collar is the way to go. So I can see there's a little groove there. Line that up with the groove for that. And then you're supposed to slide it up to where those pins get into those holes. So, so I'm not sure how easy it's going to slide on. So we'll just see. Okay, I got this on pretty easy actually. It just took a little bit of hand forcing. It went on pretty well. So you can see it snapped in on both sides. Now, I went back to the spindle. I was going to put the spindle on, and I discovered something a little different than Liquid's video. So if I put my key in after I've got my spindle out, see the spindle's not in there, and I turn this latch, and that's not it. Maybe straight up and down. Ta-da! That's how you pull out the lock mechanism on this kwikset lock. A little different than the spring-loaded mechanism that was on the one Liquid did. So I wanted to show that to you. So I think half turn, get your key back out. Now you're set. Now, if this is my door, this is my latch piece. Goes that way, so my doorknob should be this way, right? That's right. And then of course the other piece is on the other side here, like that. So that's what we'll end up with. Okay, the spindle. My biggest concern is the problems that I had getting this lock out. Am I going to be able to get this back in with the spindle on? So, I'm just going to leave the spindle there and turn that around the right way. You can see that this is a very, very wide spot, but all I have to do is push that in a little bit, and I should be able to get this on. Let's just see if I can do it. Push that in, and voila, I'm up over the spot. So that whole problem I had originally was good. So let's get that out of the way for a minute. Putting the spindle in, pretty easy. Just line it up. Make sure that the top here is square. I'm hoping you can see that in the video. And it just slides down and there, it's in. Now it's just like before. If I want to turn it to lock, you can see that's in lock. You can see the posts up here at the top. But that's in lock, and if I turn it clockwise, you can see those posts go down. A little harder to see. The light's a little different here. That's locked. That's unlocked. Okay. So that's set. Now I got to put this in. And the way I'm going to do that is mallet, and I'll have a block of wood, and I'll line this up on the door, and I'll lay the block of wood there, and I'll use the mallet to drive it in. Okay? Okay, you can see here I've got the latch mechanism in. The biggest thing is just to make sure that it's vertical, but really putting it in was really easy, and even adjusting it was easy. Just slide it out with your fingers and slide it back into place. Didn't even need to use the mallet like I thought I would. Okay, back at the workbench. Pieces I'm going to need, obviously both sides of the doorknob. The side here with the spindle installed already. I'll need this cover plate here. This is going to go in between. And then there's two long screws, and they're Phillips heads. And they'll go into these holes through the cover plate here when we get it all assembled. All right, let's start just by taking this piece over. And see, I made sure I didn't lock myself out. I put a wood block here in the door. So that was the block I was going to use to tap that bolt in, but it's not necessary. Okay, actually this is easier than I thought, so here, see, I'll take the spindle and I'll line it up. So it's right there, and then I'll just take my thumb and push, and voila, we're through. So that's the first piece. I'll get these pieces to line up there. Okay, that's the beginning. Not too much. I've taken these screws and put them in here. I just fingered them in. They're not in very far. And I have this plate. You notice that there's holes up here. They're a little wider on this side than they are on that side. So this plate fits over there, and it slides in like that, and then of course it rotates just a little bit. And then I'm just going to take my Phillips head screwdriver and screw these in, and that'll tighten everything up and hold it in place. Alright? Okay. See, those are tightened down now. That's good. So now if I open up my door, you can see right here, there's my lock, and it looks like it's functioning properly. And I'll just go get the other knob now. Alright, here's the other knob. You might remember this from the disassembly video. There's these funky little pieces here that have to be lined up. And so you can see here there's a little thing that says align arrows, and those two aren't quite aligned. So I'm just going to push this down, and there. So now you can see the arrows are lined up. We're pretty close. So that's good. That's where that's supposed to be when we put it on. You can see in here too that there's obviously a wide section over here and a narrower part over here, so the spindle will go here. It actually gets onto that little white plate down there, or that white post down there on the bottom. And these two pieces will go into parts of that cover plate. And then this, I think by turning the knob, it will automatically slide these up. And once it gets to there, it'll be latched on. So we'll get that done. And the only way to get it out is to put your screwdriver into this little spot there and slide it back. There. Okay, so we're ready to go. Alright, so you can see top and bottom posts there. And here's my thing, and it's got those top and bottom posts that go in the holes there on that other brass plate. My arrows are aligned. You can see that. They're lined up. So now I'm just going to put this on. Again, you have to watch how it goes on. It only goes one way. So there we go. Nice and even. We'll slide it in. I want you to see what happens with these little side pieces here. So let's slide over here and we can do that too. There. So see that little piece right there? Watch it as we put this on. Slide this down into place. That's where it sits. Now when I turn the doorknob, that piece is going to slide down. See that? And I turn it a little bit hard. There. That's it. It's latched on. And now just put the cover plate on. There. Get some 409 for your smudges so your wife doesn't get mad at you. And you're done. Thanks a lot. I hope this video was helpful, and have a good day.